Hello everyone, the Meteorological Weather Lab, Divinity's Beast. Time now is 6:14 a.m. on December 7th, 2022. What you're looking at right now is a GFS model of tropical tidbits and also another drop-down page of the Climate Prediction Center. This is pretty much telling you about the North Atlantic Oscillation and everything. Reason I'm making this video because I'm still not giving up in the idea that there is still the potential of a serious East Coast snowstorm, if not probably a blizzard, on the way for between the dates of December. It was originally from December 6th to December 12th, but I'm leaning more towards around December 12th, December 14th, around that time period, which we might be seeing a strong coastal storm that might produce big snows for the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, and New England. So let me get right into it real quick. What you're looking at right now, we're going to go and just take a little sneak peek at what the North Atlantic Oscillation is showing. And as you can see, from this area right here, you can see that the little black and red spaghetti lines is pretty much showing you what its understanding and idea is of where the blocking pattern might be. Now, if I was to do a really good educated guess or forecast, I'm thinking, definitely thinking that between the dates of December 12th into December 14th or 15th, we might be seeing a major snowstorm or coastal storm, and probably more than likely the first biggest winter storm of the season for the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast and Southern New England region, because you have it's going up into this positive phase, but the North Atlantic Oscillation, we're in our negative phase right now. We're in the negative phase, and for us to go back positive, that means a storm system would have to move the pattern. I mean, like, you're not going to have the pattern just sit there and probably go and change or evolve if there's no storm or no low pressure system present. It takes a low pressure system to move climate patterns, to move high pressure systems, to move low pressure systems. And this is what I'm thinking is going to come for the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. Now, let me take you folks to the what are we looking for? We're going to take you to the Arctic Oscillation. As you can see, which is the same thing and similar with the North Atlantic Oscillation. It goes down into its negative phase, and then it starts trying to go a little bit positive, because it takes a storm system. It's going to take a low pressure system, some type of storm system that's going to have to develop for that pattern to start going back into its positive phase, or try to go to its positive phase. With that being said, let's go for what the models are saying. Now you can see this is the GFS model. This is the 06Z run, December 7th, 2022. We're going to zoom up into our forecast hours. This is a storm right here on the East Coast, which you're getting hit by right now. Mostly for, everybody's getting rain out of this mostly. Places up north is getting a lot of cold. But we're going to zoom in and we're going to see, actually not zoom in, but we're going to see what the GFS idea is for December 12th to December 15th. So let's move the model just a little bit. We see we got a little storm system, or a little area of low pressure starting to develop over here around Oklahoma, 1012 MB. And let's keep this moving just a little bit. See that we're starting to break out with some snows up in the Wisconsin area, and it pretty much shuts the storm down around December 10th, and it's pretty much nothing. Now, focus on what I was saying about the North Atlantic Oscillation block and the Greenland block. We're starting to already see that happening over here with these blue lines. These blue lines is pretty much that right there. You see that 1048, that high pressure system? That is your blocking high. Your blocking high right now is sitting there in place by December 10th. So now all we need, of course, is a storm, is a low pressure system to develop. Where is a storm? Where is a low pressure system? Where is any energy for this? is going to be coming somewhere out of this region. And now you already see it. As the model is starting to fast forward just a little bit, we start seeing the development of some type of storm. Now, this is how the GFS is handling the situation. By December 12th, Saturday, December 12th, the storm starts to develop in the south. Then we have a low pressure system comes down from the northwest, and it comes down into the Ohio Valley. But as you can see with the GFS wants to keep this storm a little bit more north of the big cities, which will result mostly in rain around December 12th of Monday. But look at this. It keeps it north, but then we have a secondary coastal low developing off the coast, somewhere I would say between Long Island, off the coast of Jersey. It's a typical pattern to happen like that when you have a secondary low develop. That secondary low, of course, will start to strengthen. So everybody will start off as rain, mostly. Probably some rain, snow mix up to the north. But everybody was going to start off as rain. But with the secondary low pressure system off the coast, it starts to strengthen. But the GFS kicks this baby out here. It kicks it out to sea. So you're not really getting too much in the way of heavy snow. You might just start off as rain and then go back to some light snow or some light sleet or something. Like, that's what the GFS is saying. Now, let's see what the CMC model, not the NAV, the CMC model, forgive me for that. This is the same time period. We're going to go to rain frozen, MSL. Let's see, preset. Give me 1 second here. Okay, there we go. Now, this is the 00Z run of the GEM, the Canadian model. We're going to go back into the same time frame. This is December 8th. See, this next storm system comes up for December 9th. Starting to get some snows breaking out into the Ohio Valley again. And boom, once again, look at that. What do we have going on in the north? There we go with this blocking high pressure system. And this blocking high pressure system is sitting right in place. Now, let's see, where does that storm develop? It develops a little bit more further west. So now we have the storm just developing a little bit more further west. The energy is starting to come together with the storm around December 11th. And as we go into December 12th, you can see that the CMC model around December 11th to December 12th, the CMC model is a little bit more aggressive in terms of precipitation for the Northeast. And you can see that your secondary low pressure system is a little bit more further south. You have a little bit more, yes, a little bit more further south. And we also have what I would think is I don't think this is a positive tilted trough. I think this might be a negative. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. Forgive me for that. It's been a while since I've been doing this. But as you can see that this secondary low pressure system is developing more further south than north and inland. So it's off the Delmarva. And Sunday, December 11th, this is what the CMC is showing. As we hit December 12th, there you see it right there. It starts becoming more robust. Now, with that robust energy, and you can see how the pressure gradients are starting to tighten together, this is giving more in the way for December 12th of Monday. This is giving more of a higher chance of some moderate to possible heavy snow and possible wind with the storm. I'll say probably, I'm not even going to go crazy. I'll say probably like 25 to 35 miles an hour just from looking at this. But there's room for this to strengthen and to become even more severe in nature. And this is why I'm thinking, like, if this model holds true, if the CMC model holds true, or get even more aggressive with the idea, we might be seeing a pretty big coastal storm for the southern New England, northeast, and mid-Atlantic region. And the reason I'm including the mid-Atlantic, because these bands of snow are also going to develop off the back. If we have a nor'easter, Say we get a nor'easter and we have that secondary low pressure system strengthened off the coast of Delmarva and it develops, you're going to have all of this cold air from the back. All this cold air from Canada is just going to be forced right on down. You're going to have cold air coming into places like West Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, probably as far south as North Carolina. You're going to start seeing cold air coming in, and that cold air coming in from your west, that's going to help force the precipitation along the coast to start changing over more towards snow and stop being more towards rain. Now, if the storm has to be in the sweet spot as well, because let's say the storm strengthens and blows up into a freaking a blizzard, like I'm calling. If it blows up into a blizzard but it's too close to the coast, we might be dealing with a heavy snow, then all heavy rain scenario for places like Long Island, for places like Long Island. I cannot believe I forgot some of the states. For places like Long Island, for the extreme coastal sections of southern New England. Like, you're going to start dealing with probably more of a rain event than a snow event. And then places more inland, like say for Connecticut, southeast, southern New York, western New Jersey, northwestern New Jersey, central New Jersey, you're going to be dealing with more of a snowier situation. So this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. As you can see, if I push the model even more, we had a pressure drop. It will be a pressure drop from, let me see where this goes, 1,001 millibars down to 988. So that's definitely showing you that we're going to have some type of strengthening with this storm. And there's room for a major coastal storm. It could be the first biggest coastal storm of the winter season for you folks out in New York, Philadelphia, Boston, Jersey. But, I mean, it's far out, but I really think I really have strong confidence that this is going to happen, that the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic, Southern New England, you're in for a big coastal storm. That's all that has to be said right now. I'm going to continue to watch this as it develops, as I have been stressing for the past week and a half. I'm going to continue to watch this, see how it develops and everything, but there's definitely room for a major coastal storm or a major winter storm, whichever way you want to slice it, for the Northeast, Mid-Atlantic, and the Southern New England region. That is all for now. Stay safe, stay tuned. Meteorological Weather Lab, Divinity's Beast, signing out.